What the fuck?
So what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 17 online ranked match game. Today we have a fun one because my opponent left his mic plugged in throughout the game, and you can hear him raging whenever things did not go his way. You guys see he got a big play right there all the way to the 10-yard line before Revis tracked him down, but when things weren't going his way, he was pretty pissed off. So what I did was, at the end of this video, I made a little compilation of a bunch of clips of him just raging throughout the game. So you came here to see someone get pissed off while playing Madden 17. You guys can go to the end of the video and you can have your last. But what I do want to take care of for the most part in today's video is going over the New York Jets. We're doing our 32-team preview series for the upcoming NFL season. And next up on the list is the New York Jets. What I decided to do for the series is to go through each team divisions at a time. Where, you know, we'll go through each of the AFC East teams and the AFC North and South and whatever may be in the NFC. I said I was going to do the Bengals next, but I decided, you know, let's do this. It might be a little bit smoother this way. So we have the New York Jets on deck today. The New York Jets have a very interesting situation coming into the season, to say the least. The end of last season was a very somber one for them because they had a win and get into the playoff situation, and they lost to their former coach Rex Ryan, the Buffalo Bills. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 3 interceptions in the second half of the season finale, doomed them, and a very talented roster was left watching the playoffs on the couch. And look at this play by David Harris. We win the tackle battle, and what a win that was, because David Harris is going to the end zone to not only tie the game, but actually give us the lead. We're actually making our PAT. Our opponent missed the PAT, which you will see part of the Rage compilation after the game. So now Ryan Fitzpatrick, who chokes away the season finale, decides, hey, I want to get paid. Because he had a, decent season last year, and quarterbacks are making a ton of money, so he's trying to cash in. The Jets don't really feel it the same way they do. They get into a whole stalemate, and Fitzpatrick ends up staying out until the start of training camp. How will that affect their offense? We'll wait and see. It probably shouldn't too much, but do you really want Ryan Fitzpatrick as your quarterback? That is still to be determined. Even though he put up good numbers last year, it's still Ryan Fitzpatrick. He still made a lot of mistakes. Fitzpatrick, throughout his career, has been prone to making a few bad mistakes a game that have been really, really bad. At least for him, he's got some weapons in Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker. You got Devin Smith, the now second-year player. And, hopefully that's enough. And then, of course, the Jets, for years, have been known as a run-first offense. So you had Thomas Jones, you had Ivory there. Now you got Bilal Powell and the new addition, Matt Forte. Those two should be splitting carries. And they'll be doing what they do. And then, of course, the Jets on the defensive side, that's where they really made their money last year. The offense, it has good weapons, but it wasn't great last year. The defense is what really almost made them playoff contenders because they have probably the best defensive line in football. At least it's definitely up there when you're talking about Leonard Williams, Sheldon Richardson, and of course Leonard Williams was a rookie last year and had a great year. And then Muhammad Wilkerson is on there. So there's a lot of great guys, and then you got Revis in the secondary, you got Gilchrist back there. There's a lot of talent on this team, one of the better safety duos in the league, and unfortunately, besides Revis, you don't have a lot of depth back there. You have Marcus Williams, but then, of course, you have D. Milliner, who has forever been a draft bust and continues to play like that, even throughout the preseason. So you have the thing about the Jets, they have some top-heavy positions, but their weak points are very weak. And that's what could get this team in trouble. Like, the right side of their offensive line is, really not good. The left side, you got Ryan Clady, who's a huge question mark, but you got in the middle Carpenter and Mangold. Mangold's been a staple there for years. Carpenter had a pretty good year last year. So that's the thing. And then, the cornerbacks are inconsistent. The linebacking core for the Jets is a huge question mark. You got a couple of rookies up there, including Darren Lee, the first-round pick of the New York Jets. And a lot of people questioned Darren Lee being picked as a first-round pick. People thought he should not have been picked in the first round in general. So we'll see how that works out. Right now he's not even projected to start, but the Jets are going to need some contributions from him, as well as their third-round pick, Jenkins. Their second-round pick is Christian Hackenberg, who is a quarterback and probably will not see the field this year. So it's interesting they took Hackenberg when they have this window to make the playoffs, and they have this weird quarterback situation. Out of old quarterbacks, they took Hackenberg. So the Jets had a really interesting draft. I'm not a big fan of it. I'll just say it a lot. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I don't really evaluate college players or anything like that. I just don't know if those were the right fits for them. I don't really watch college. I wait and see what happens in the NFL. But the Jets, I don't know. It just feels like they have a few holes in their roster, and it could hold them back from making the playoffs this year. And believe it will, but at the same time, you can't doubt a team that has a really stout front four. And that's the reason why I can't put the Jets away. Because when you get immediate pressure, that stops the run, first of all. You get that penetration in the backfield. Then you get pressure at the quarterback right away. That forces mistakes. That forces interceptions. The Jets were one of the league leaders in turnovers. And they had great run defense and pass defense last year. So, and they're returning most of those guys. So what should that mean? It should mean the same thing, right? And you guys see Calvin Pryor, part of that talented secondary. He and Gilchrist back there. But yeah, it's really as far as the Jets defense is going to take them. That's the narrative it's been for years. Sanchez led them to back-to-back AFC title games with the defense, and not really Mark Sanchez led. It was more of, you know, that defense led, like David Harris and Bart Scott and Revis and all those guys. And, you know, I think Cremondre was on that team too when they went to the championship games. But, yeah, that's the thing about the Jets. I'm not I would not have them as a playoff team. I would have them as a team that's probably, you know, about an 8-8 team, because that, as long as, you know, you have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is not going to make mistakes a couple of games, and you could just throw it up to Brandon Marshall and let him do his thing, find Eric Decker, who I believe had double-digit touchdowns last year, and you hope for some production from your young receivers, even though you don't have much of a tight end spot with Amaro, it should be enough to win games. I just don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Sorry, Gang Green, man. It's just my opinion. Like, I'm just, everything about this is my opinion. But we'll get into this game for the rest of this video. You guys saw Ryan Fitzpatrick overthrow Brandon Marshall, who I thought was open, at least on that play. But in this game, we made a pretty nice comeback. We were down 19-7. We were at a 4th down. We found Brandon Marshall open on the sideline right there. He ran a cover 2, and we were able to find the hole before the safety was able to cover it deep. And now our defense is just absolutely balling. It's what kept us in this game in the first place, and it's what's really helping us taking off with this game. Revis got that pick. David Harris got the pick 6. We got a pick 6 with I don't really know who we were using right there, but it was a user pick 6. It might have been Calvin Pryor. I wasn't too sure. And I think we actually got 2 user picks in this game. Man had a problem keeping his hands at the cookie jar. For the most part, we ran the ball with Matt Forte, not Bilal Powell. So you see Forte getting a heavy load. Well, not a heavy load, but, you know. I've been passing more than running whenever I've been playing this new Madden 17. I don't have a good feel for the running game, so I've just been airing it out. It's been working out pretty well for the most part. You guys see, I mean, a lot of it's defense-driven points, but we're doing okay right now. But that's going to hurt right there, trying to find Eric Decker in the middle. And these guys just make such great breaks on zones. You really got to be sure someone's going to be open right there. I thought, you know, it was a good spot to plug it in there. I know the Falcons weren't the best, you know, linebacking core or anything like that, but I think like a cornerback or something like that picked it off. Nonetheless, I digress, because this is the final play of the game. This definitely pissed off my opponent that he fumbled the ball. That was it for him. He had enough of turning the ball over, and he ended up rage quitting out the game. So let me know what you guys think about the New York Jets in the comment section. I'll try to get back to as many comments as I possibly can. Like I said, you guys have any suggestions for the series, let me know in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Next up will probably be the Miami Dolphins. Subscribe for more Madden 17. You guys want to check all that out. I'll catch you guys next time. And now at the end of the video, here is your Rage compilation.
But he didn't hike the ball. Oh, who the fuck didn't cover him? Oh, fuck you! He's gonna float this one deep right side. Fuck that. What the fuck? That was a beautiful play. Pick 6. That should never happen. Exclamation mark. A big going up top. Fuck you! Ryan hit and he lost. Oh!